Hello everyone, my name's Birdie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making this sweet little card using the stamp set from Stampin' Up called Soft Seedlings. I want to let you know that anything I use today will be listed in the description below, so don't worry if I don't tell you what it is as we go. I'll make sure that you do know by the end of the video. So anyway, this is just the sweetest little stamp set. It seems so simple, but it's really dynamic with the detail of the leaf. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do is I've cut two pieces of material. One is just vanilla cardstock, and it is 5 by 7. And the next piece is a piece of vellum, and it is 4.5 by 6.25. So we're going to go ahead and stamp the vellum first because it takes a while to dry. So let's get it out here. I've got my stamp all ready to use, and the very first thing I want to do, I'm going to switch these, is we're going to stamp the leaf with Poppy Parade. This is the most beautiful color. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp the very top of the leaf. I love how this stamp works. It no matter how you stamp the leaf, you have more color at the very tips of the leaf, and it's beautiful. Okay, so there's my Poppy Parade. Now I'm going to come in, I'm going to use my markers, or blending markers. I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler, and I'm just going to touch the very edges of my leaf, just giving it a little bit more depth. And by using these markers, you can control where your color goes. You can also use the ink pad, which I did in the beginning. I used the ink pad with a little watercolor brush, and that was good too. But I feel like I have more control with the blending brushes. Actually, these are the markers, but it has a blending edge. And then I'm just going to take one of these little daubers and kind of daub away the color, or kind of mix it in, blend it in so it doesn't have any straight lines. There we go. Just let it keep that color at the end, but then it blends out. I love that. Okay, then we're going to come in with, I'm hoping this is Mango. Yes, Mango Melody. That's the wrong end. And I'm going to fill in the center of this leaf with Mango Melody. Kind of push down and get some more of the ink out of there. Okay, then we're going to come in with Soft Suede, and I want to color in my seedlings. I don't want them to be bright red. I want them to be darker. And with these marker pens or blending brushes, you can get this as dark as you want. And then I'm going to pull away a little bit of color at the top of the seedling. Okay, and we want to do our stems. Just color that in Soft Suede. You can leave some of the red on this. I think I'm going to put the Soft Suede at the bottom of these, and then come in with my Mango Melody and give it a little bit of yellow in there, just a tad bit. And then just a little bit more soft suede. And then I'm going to just kind of hit and miss a little bit of these veins on the leaf. Just a few of them. Okay, so we are ready to stamp. We're going to pull our vellum over, and I want this to be at the top corner here. Pull it over so you can see it a little better. Okay, here we go. I want this to be kind of heavy, so I'm really going to push down hard on this. Now you'll see on the vellum, it'll still look very wet and it'll take a while to dry. So, but I'm going to take the ink that is left over and come in and just stamp it in a softer way around the original stamp. I might even go right on top of it a little bit. You can see just filling up the paper. And I love that. Okay, so we're going to set this aside because vellum does take a while to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside, give it time to dry. And we're going to pull in our paper stock. And we're going to do the exact same thing on that. So we're going to pull in our Poppy Parade. Stamp. This time I want it to be a little deeper. Because I just love that color. So I'll pull in a little bit of the Cherry Cobbler. Give it a little bit of depth. Maybe just on one side there. And then hit just the tips of the leaves. Okay, again, we're going to bring in our dauber and blend it in. Not too much though. Okay, so now we're going to take our Mango Melody and brush it in. You know what, I'm not liking how I need just a little bit more color. So I'm going to take one of my watercolor brushes and use the stamp and just go in and pick up more pigment there. Get that in there. I just want more pigment than the marker's giving me. Oh, not that much water. So let's dab that off just a tad. Okay. And now, this is the way I clean my watercolor brushes. Just squirt out the water and take a rag and wipe it off. So now I'm going to use my soft suede. And I think I'm going to stick with my watercolor marker. Or not marker, brush. And just touch my seedlings and the stem. There we go. Put a little darker at the end. Okay. Once again, clean off my brush. Okay. All right, so we're ready to stamp. Move all this out of the way. And I think I'm going to start at the bottom here for my main stamp. I'm going to stamp this a little harder. There we go. That's so pretty. And then we're just going to take the stamp that's left, the color that's left on the stamp, and just go around the card. Don't be afraid to stamp right on your beginning project. I just want to get the color in there. Okay. So I'm going to show you one little technique that I do on almost everything. I have this little Craft Smart gold liquid pen. And I usually just take whatever I'm working on and make a little border with the pen. And all you do is just drag it along. And whatever color is left, you just pull it onto the card. Okay, so it kind of just gives it a little nice border. Oh, there we go. Got a little bit more color there. I don't worry about it if it gets thicker on, see how I have a little thick line there? I kind of like that. And I'll go around and just do it again. Nothing too precise, but just kind of get that gold on there. Okay, so now, oh, wait a minute, I don't like that. Let's fix that. Okay, so now I'm going to set this aside and bring in my vellum. It's almost dry. I'm going to take the same gold pencil and just hold it over my vellum, and by hitting your pen, it just leaves little drops of gold specks everywhere. There we go. And I love that. I hope you can see that. I hope you can see it. I don't know if the camera's picking up the gold flecks or not, but I just think it really adds. And then we're going to bring in our cardstock again, and you're just going to lay your vellum right on top of that and see how you can see through all the colors. It's just beautiful. So as you can see, I folded one. It's the same thing though, the same thing. And I just folded it and put one of the sentiments at the top with the ribbon. But for this one, I'm just going to take the sentiment Thinking of You, and it is from the very same set, Soft Seedlings. So you get all of that together. And I want it to be in a darker color, so I'm going to use my soft suede. And here we go. Wait, I just want to make sure this is nice and straight. So I lined it up on my grid. And you know what? I'm going to take off some of that. I still need to get that down where I don't get the ink around the edge of the stamp, because that'll, when you stamp your card, it'll leave a ring around that. I think I have it conquered, and then it's back again. Okay, so Thinking of You. There we go. Oh, it's a little crooked, I think, but that's okay. All right, and then if you would like, even with this one, you can add a little ribbon. You can put the ribbon across and add a sentiment, like you can put the ribbon across there and add a little sentiment, So Grateful. That's beautiful too. So as I said before, everything that I've used will be in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again real soon. All right, thanks. Bye.